Good afternoon. Peace, Hotep, Uncle Jasaneb, Ça va bien, bonsoir, salam alaikum, ça passe, and all the ways we know how to say peace to each other, peace and greetings. Welcome to Newark City Hall and our first Celebrating Freedom Fighters program. Thank you for joining us. And this is my co-master of ceremonies, Abubakar Koyate. Please give us a round of applause. I'm not used to this, so this is going to take practice. Okay. Do you want to say something first, or we'll just start with the program? Or should we? Okay. Thank you for waiting patiently. So we're going to get started. If you have a program, the first thing on the program is the libation, which will be done by STEP, Striving Together Equals Progress. Brother Kenyatta will give you some information about the program and what they do. And I forgot his name. So please give it up for these young brothers from STEP, right here in Newark. Oh, they'll need water too. So maybe they can use your...
That's yours?
Yes.
I'm going to bring you water. I got water. Yes. All right, peace, family. Peace, can y'all hear me good? All right. We are the STEP Rites of Passage Manhood Development Organization. So we like to start the program with libation. In our culture, it's customary that we first perform libation before we do anything else. Libation is where we acknowledge our ancestors. We acknowledge those who came before us. We acknowledge those whose shoulders we stand upon. Because we realize, we understand that without them, we wouldn't be here today. So we have to make sure that we first acknowledge those who came before us and paved the road so that we could be here. So with me, I have a couple of the young men from the STEP organization, and they're going to help us to perform libation for today.
Peace, family. First, we would like to ask the elders for permission to recede. Please, family, my name is Brother Gregory.
Peace, family, my name is Brother Ade.
Peace, family, my name is Brother Gideon.
We're about to start libation. May everyone please rise.
Libation is when we acknowledge our ancestors and ask them for their guidance.
If anyone would like to call out a name, please do so at this time. After a name, we say Ashe. Ashe means to be with us. Ashe. 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 Jean-Jean Dessalines. Ashe. 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 Ashe.
All right, family, you can sit down. Once again, we are the STEP organization. The brothers before you represent just a few of the age range. We start at the age of 6, we go all the way up to the age of 18, because we understand that rites of passage for young black men is essential. It's not a question of whether it's needed, it's mandatory. And so we have to be the ones to give it to them. And so we're going to be around the entire program. We got some literature that we like to pass out. But if you have any questions about anything, please come see us. All right? Peace.
Please, we need to do better. Give them a round of applause. Thank you, thank you. This is a celebration. Thank you for coming. And we are very pleased to receive all our dignitaries, our elders, our leaders. So on behalf of the mayor first, Mayor Rasjay Baraka, we welcome him here at City Hall on the Rotunda. Thank you so much for coming. And we're doing this for the community, for you, for our children, for our youth, and we really thank everybody. So before we continue, after the libation, we have the prayers. So I'm gonna invite first our president of the Newark African Commission, who's gonna do the Muslim prayers. So President Amzar Zakari. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي وبعد. We thank Almighty Allah for descending His gracious instrumentality on everyone here and also guiding us in this process together as a family, together as one people in a great house known as City Hall, and be guided by leaders starting from the mayor all the way to the leaders that we have here. And also we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us a leader who really give us a good train and guide us in this process. She's in the person of Lygia de Freitas. Amen. Thank you. Can I give a round of applause?
Thank you, President.
And for the Christian prayer, can we have Bishop Ronald Jones come to the podium? Give it up.
Praise the Lord. If you feel comfortable, would you grab your neighbor's hand? If you feel comfortable, just grab his hand and realize, and thank you for that Islamic prayer. And just realize that in your hand you have the very image of God and the very likeness of God. Just squeeze that hand gently, some power, some strength, some joy, some love. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you, God. We thank you, God, for all of us who come together tonight, all of us who call Abraham our father, God. We know that there's only one of you, and we call you by different names. So now we lift up our leaders tonight. We start with our mayor, God, and we thank you so much for every leader in this city. We thank you for every educator in this city. We thank you for every child that's in this city, God. We ask that you give our children courage and joy and peace as they go back to school this year. We lift up their teachers, and we ask that you anoint them afresh, God, to lead and guide our next generation. And we pray this prayer in your mighty name. Some of us call you Allah, some of us call you Jesus. And whatever we call you, you answer, and we thank you in your name. Amen.
Amen. Amina. So, you want to continue?
So if DJ Tawana, if you can play the American National Anthem, followed by the Black National Anthem.
Please rise. Thank you. Now on the Black National Anthem, you can sing along.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won.
Thank you. Thank you for that. So, now.
Introduce. Maybe you can do that part, or you'll say that we should have 2 mics too.
Okay. So, the Newark African Commission is here since 2007. We have our first president who is here, Mr. Dosso Kasimu. Just give him a round of applause. Thank you, President Dosso, forever. Yeah. And so this commission is continue to grow with people like Michelle, and we have our new president. So I want to call at this time all the commissioners to come here, please, including president. Quickly, yeah. So we're gonna start with the ladies, of course. So starting with Commissioner Robert. You introduce you quickly.
Good evening. My name is Letitia Roberts, and I'm representing Liberia. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Queen Temitokwe Additional, representing Nigeria, representing Africa.
And I am Michelle Beatty. I'm representing Pan-Africa, because I don't know yet what country, but I'm claiming the whole continent.
Good evening. I'm Abubakar Koyate, and I'm representing Côte d'Ivoire. You call it Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire.
Good evening. My name is Sam Ajangba. I'm the Vice President of the Newark African Commission. I represent Togo.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Hamza Zakari. I'm representing Africa, but starting from the door of Africa, which is Ghana. Thank you. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to really dive into the program. So I've been given the opportunity to introduce one of our important guests here. Is somebody that we already know. She's a very hardworking lady. She always gives her best to the community. She decides not to sleep until the community is satisfied. She's somebody who always goes beyond miles in seeking for pastures for people who are really in need. She's a mother for all, and also describes herself to be a daughter for the ancestors. Because of that, we always have hope. Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful and hardworking lady that I want to introduce to you tonight is nobody but our able and impeccable lady, Lydia De Freitas. Thank you. Our Deputy Mayor, Lydia De Freitas, thank you.
everybody. You know, President was talking, I'm looking at left, right, like, who's the person they're going to speak with? You know. Today, we was talking in Commissioner Abubakar. It happened something so weird. I ordered all the book bags and didn't come since yesterday. And I'm tracking, the entire package went to Connecticut to this place, and the place is closed, and it opened just on Tuesday. And I'm like, oh my God, we're not gonna have the bags. So I started thinking and praying, and over the sun, and I'm calling people, council people to give it. And one person called me and say, hey, if you want, I have 150 bags here, I can give it to you. I'm like, wow. We work with a lot of good people around us. And that's what it's about. The city in work, started by our mayor, Ras Baraka, he has more bigger heart than I can imagine. And I told him in English, no is easy, and in Portuguese. By the way, I represent Cape Verde. And I was born in Guinea-Bissau, so I represent both. I'm greedy, so I represent both. Guinea-Bissau, born in Guinea-Bissau, raised in Cape Verde, so I'm both country African. Even sometimes people think I'm Brazilian or I'm from República Dominicana. Now I'm born and raised. I come in this country with 24 years old, so raised in Africa. So like I was saying, Mayor never can say no. I say, come on, Mayor, it's two words, N-O in English. In Portuguese, it's longer, but in English, it's easy to say. But he never can say no. And I learned never not going to say no, because why say no when we can say, let me see what I can do. And when you say, let me see what I can do, it's going to happen. And sometimes just to listen, or sometimes to do a little bit. That's what is about our office, the Office International Relations and Diaspora Affairs. What, by the way, was created by the Mayor Ras Baraka. Never have it here in the city in Newark. I'm very thankful he created that, because in the times we live in right now, okay, to show not just city in Newark, what is a melting pot, everybody knows. Now I say, no, we're not melting pot. We're United Nations. We have so much nationality. Just this week, I have a flag raising from Dominican Republic 2 days ago. And yesterday was Brazil. And this weekend, we have the festival from the Dominican Republic. Now today, we are represented with the African and all our African kids and our leaders and our culture. That's what this office does. We look at for it, we help, we protect on all the sense of the word. Family come in, they need it about school, jobs, clothes, because they're coming. And I say, I wish when I got here, it was an office like this, and I couldn't come and help me. We have a municipal ID. Most of the time, I see people, we ask an ID, and they show their passport. So you have just a passport from Ghana or from Mali or from Peru or from Ecuador or Brazil. Now you can have an ID for the city in work with your picture, give you dignity, give you a sense of you belong to this city, to this country. That was created by the Mayor Ras Baraka, and I'm very thankful for that, because we don't have it, okay, who born here or not born here, or who come from or not come from. We are residents of a city in Newark, independent of your situation immigratory, okay? I don't care, and the mayor don't care, this administration don't care, and you can come, and we're gonna do the best we can to help you, for you and for your family. Our office is right here on 218A. My assistant is there. My cell phone is constantly 24/7. Everybody knows me, knows I'm going to answer the phone, and I'm going to do it the maximum, because that's what I was put it to work to be here. But it's not just that. I love to help people. I love to help my brothers and sisters, and let's help each other. You have a clothes, give it. You have a lot. I know you have a lot. Now it's coat. I know everybody has 5, 6, 10 coats. You don't need it, that. Or boots, or sweater, give it. We have a community center on 273 Oliver Street. Go there and drop it. We're going to give it. We give it people. People just come from Africa, the countries they don't have a coat, from Haiti, from South America. They need coats and sweaters and boots and gloves and scarves, everything. So give it. Have a food, have a lot of cans good, and you know you're not going to eat until a month or two and it's going to expire. Give. Okay? Help. Because that's where we make a better community and better city. Thank you for coming. I always here, and I love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Give her a round of applause.
So,
What's next?
who's next?
Do we have elected officials?
So, I would like to say that Council President Crump was here, but he had something to do. He had to go. So he came to pay his respect to what we're doing. So I would like you to know that. Thank you. Thank you to him and to others. So I would like really to thank all of you. We have some special guests here today. So we want to recognize the president of SS County College, Mr. Boache, who is here. And we have our big sister, Amina Bey, who's here also. And also, you all need to know she's running for the Central Ward Council seat. Yeah, we cannot shy to say it. She's a well-qualified person and very, very, in the city of Newark, she has everything. So make sure you're ready for her. So we have also two sisters, source of knowledge. They're here. If you don't know, they're just across the street. Sister, come please. I'm gonna do something exceptional. No, you need to come. That's okay. Masani is not here? Oh, both of you. Listen, we have some great people here in Newark. Those two sisters, when I go to the store, I'm just happy. I want to read everything, but I can't. I want to wear everything. I want to read everything. And when I go there, my spirit is really empty. I want to absorb. So we are so proud of you. So talk about your store and what you're doing a little bit.
Peace, family. How you doing today? My name is Masani, and this is Patrice. And we are the co-owners of Source of Knowledge, along with Dexter. Source of Knowledge is Newark's only Black-owned independent bookstore. We are the largest independent Black-owned bookstore in New Jersey. But it's not, we're just the facilitators. This is our community. This is your bookstore. This is your home. This is your resource place for books for our children and for us that look like us, written by us and for us. See, we need to make sure that we control the narrative and tell our stories. And that's Source of Knowledge.
Oh, the address is 867 Broad Street, Newark, New Jersey, right across the street. Telephone number 973-824-2556. And this September the 13th, we're having a read and feed where we close down the whole back of our store. Every child from 0 to 18 get to pick $20 worth of our children books for free. And every book in there looks like you and me. We also make it free for all melanated vendors. We're going to have food trucks, all kind of entertainment. So make sure you bring the children. We're going to be giving out book bags. Adina from IHOP is feeding breakfast, pancakes, turkey sausage, and hash browns for the whole community. So you don't even got to feed them. Just bring them, get some food, get some books, and have some fun.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
No, you're too shy. You need to do more. Thank you, sisters.
At this time, we're going to be blessed by the performance of Christine Dixon. I couldn't think of her name earlier, so I was thinking she referred to herself as the real Harriet Tubman, because when she performs, she invokes the energy, the spirit of Harriet Tubman. If you haven't seen her perform, you're in for a treat. It's edutainment, education and entertainment. So without further ado, Miss Christine Dixon is going to perform Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass this evening. And I like that it's interactive. So please give her a warm or a hot welcome.
She's getting ready. Everybody to occupy the seats. And we have more chairs. Yeah.
I said, give me some.
Hi, how are you?
Fist bump, baby, fist bump.
I went to school. Okay. So, get some chairs here and please help me and sit down. Yeah.
candle like this. Something to make you sneeze. Something to make you sneeze. Pepper, black pepper, McCormick, to be exact. My father taught me to always sprinkle the black pepper behind us because the dogs would lose our scent. Now, what other item did we carry that all of our ancestors had from the kitchen? It's white and brown. Ice? That's been American. Rice is brown. It's about this. You can hold it in your hand like this. You can saute your food with it. Not butter. Onion. Why do we carry onions? What do we do with the onion? Yes. You can smell it? Yes. Will we cut it up? Will we chop up the raw onion and rub it over all over our bodies and get into our paws and let the dogs lose our scent? Yes. Not children. Those houses that I
Thank you, Harriet Tubman. Thank you. Give her an outstanding round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. We need to take a picture. Come on. Deputy Mayor, can you come? And everybody here, we need to honor her quickly, and then we're gonna go faster. Michelle, come here. Yeah.
Your choice, you can be. Okay. I'm invited to be a commissioner.
Michelle, come on front.
Let's hold the quilt. Yes, ma'am. Hold the quilt. Come on, Master Susan.
Madam Susan, you ain't gonna be no nice.
Commissioner.
Did I tell you what the cheater? I didn't finish the story. When I came down to this later,
He had to cheat. That's right. That's right. Should have cut his throat. Off of his head. That's right.
Give it up for her, the great Harriet Tubman. Thank you so much. So we need to remember her name.
Christine Dixon. And I've seen her on social media. She's all over in California, Paris, yes. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
We're so proud of you. Give her a round of applause again. Thank you so much. Thank you. We learn a lot.
And if anyone would like water or something to drink in the cooler in the back, you can help yourself. At this time in the program, I want to introduce my brother. I've known him for years now, I guess a few decades. He's in the struggle, and I'll let him, if any information he wants to share about himself, but oftentimes I still have memories of your voice, hearing you speaking in front of audiences that sent chills up my spine. So he's here to give us a little background on why we're here today in August. Give it up for Brother Zaid Muhammad, Baba Zaid Muhammad.
Chills up and down her spine, my God. That was Harriet's job. By the way, my little sister Christine Dixon is representing Cuba. Right? We're all over this world. The African people are all over this world. With the few minutes that I have with you, sister and brother, friends and family, I was asked in the program, I was to do a little conversation with you about something called Black August. I actually had something else prepared because we're in a very difficult time, and I wanted to leave you with something practical, right? And I may still do that. But let me do this. By way of introduction, one of the things that I used to do in these streets, I ran a national organization once upon a time called the New Black Panther Party. And we used to do a lot of things. One of the things we did regularly is shut streets down in this town over police violence sometimes and on street violence on other times. And when it came to street violence, one of the things that I had to do right away, and I'm going to do it here again today, but for a different reason, because it's been over 20 years now, is that I would apologize to the young people in those neighborhoods and they would scratch their heads, and some of them were really into some stuff in these streets. Some of them were armed and everything, really into some stuff. I said, that panther's apologizing to us? What are you apologizing to us for? You see, in the 1980s, my generation made a mistake and ran to something it should have ran from. My generation ran to a tool of entertainment and enticement called crack. And it cracked a whole lot of us up. And our community has yet to recover from the fallout of crack cocaine. We made a big mistake, and some of us are still paying for it, and some of us are not here. And I would dare say that some of the violence in this town, as we still struggle with it, is a result of the residual harm of us making a critical mistake, a lack of, where was she at? A lack of discernment, Harriet Tubman's mother, that we made that was dangerous and cost us our lives. But then I would get in their behinds because we didn't shut these streets down for them to continue to be fools and to run toward death, but to stop the hand of death and to actually dare to live and to dare to take care of each other. But here we are now, 25 years into the 21st century. Somebody who grew up in the hardy and wild and trailblazing 1960s. I have to apologize to you again because your tomorrow is not what it should be given these countries' betrayal of its principles and going out of its way to undermine the fruit of our struggle that came forward in the heart of the 1960s. I never dreamed that we would see Roe v. Wade turned over in my lifetime. Never dreamed that we would see the Voting Rights Act gutted while we had a black president in the White House. Never dreamed we would be in a time when we would be gaslighted about our country subsidizing a genocide in real time. And that's something you ain't supposed to talk about. We are survivors of genocide. Country built on not one, but two genocides. Now I'm going to give you a little homework. Masani, Patrice, they sell books. Don't leave these spaces without investing in some books on that genocide that I was talking about. There's a book called The American Holocaust. Y'all ain't got to go get it. By David Stannard on how the indigenous people here in this land were genocidally destroyed. In school, we used to call it, can you remember we talked about manifest destiny? A big old white lie to justify genocide, saying from one sea to the other, we were going to take it all. So what that there were millions of people who had been here already for thousands of years. Then there's another book you got to get. Somebody, when we was doing the libation, mentioned the great John Henry Clark. If you do not have his book, Christopher Columbus and the African Holocaust. I said the African Holocaust. Somebody said we lost 130 million in that Middle Passage. You got some homework to do. I know y'all got that in the store, don't you? They got that one in the store. So make the investment in yourselves and prepare our children for what they have to face. They call me Baba Zaid. I'm old enough to wear that title now. They started calling me that when I was in my 40s. And that was a long time ago. And I almost lost my mind. I said, they calling me that already? My God, I got some work to do. But that's because there is a problem in our community with the absence of strong male presence the way it should be. That's why that rite of passage program that Brother Kenyatta does and has been doing it for over 20 years, give him a round of applause, is so important. Young men need to be trained to be men in a way a lot of us were not trained to do so. So this thing, let me just jump ahead in the interest of time. Black August. From the most oppressed spaces, to the most courageous expressions of what we call leadership. I gave you one word. Let me give you an African word. One word I gave you was genocide. Let me give you an African word from the Yoruba language. Everybody say Iwapele. Y'all punky. Say it again. Iwapele. It means character. Character. And if this program is about honoring freedom fighters, cultivating leadership, children, the thing that I'm going to implore with you today is to learn as much as you can and dare to stand on the shoulders of your most courageous ancestors. Not the ones that were scared. Not the ones that did not make those commitments to get us to where we are, to survive our genocide. But the ones who resisted and the ones who dared to plow ahead. See, that's what Black August is about. Now, you got a couple people on your flyer, and I ain't going to be long with this, but I have to be strong. George Jackson is one. Who else was also on this flyer for the Black August? We got to get in here. Make sure I end on Dr. King. Don't let me forget, I'm an old man now. Make sure I end on Dr. King because this day is important to him. Out of the stench of California prisons comes this notion called Black August, inspired by Jonathan Jackson and George Jackson. Jonathan Jackson, a courageous young man, so courageous, he led an armed action into a California courthouse to try and liberate some of his people who are not getting justice in that California courthouse. In military language, we call that an extraction mission. It failed. But the courage that he embodied was a lightning rod that spoke to that undying spirit of our ancestors refusing to accept oppression. He would lose his brother George Jackson, one of the most brilliant working class writers out of America's prisons. The Field Marshal George, or the Black Panther Party. George Jackson trained men in prison to leave prison and join the Black Panther Party. They are the cornerstones to Black August. But then there's a cornerstone here in Newark, New Jersey. Only in Newark, New Jersey. No other town, city, or state is there a Nat Turner Park. The same day that we lose George Jackson, August 21st, that day, 100 and some odd years before that, 1831, Reverend Nat Turner got the vision that the time had come for the first to be the last and the last to be the first. And that uprising marked the beginning of the end of the domestic slave trade in these United States. Children, your ancestors never accepted slavery. Over 230 uprisings just in this land alone. They don't teach you that in school. Tell them to call Baba Zahid and then send them to the Source of Knowledge bookstore. And we'll get them straight. This is what Black August is. From the most oppressed spaces, prisons and the plantation, to whatever is necessary to get us free. Own Nat Turner Park. Own Nat Turner. Because he is one of your most bravest and boldest ancestors who had a whole lot of Iwapele. And I'm afraid that in this time, where we have masked men running around in our communities. When I was a young man, the masked men were the bad guys on TV. Old heads, talk to me. All y'all 65 and up, talk to me. You know what it was like on TV. The bad guys were the masked men. Now they're coming into the nation's capital. They already been here in Newark. Arrested our mayor because he has good character and stood up to them. Threatened to lock up our congresswoman trying to protect our mayor because she has good character trying to protect him. That is something that has to be resisted through organization and real leadership that has to have courage and clarity and the willingness to help our people do what we must do, to stick together, to out-organize those who would terrorize us in our own homes, in our own schools, and in our own community. If you get nothing else out of Black August, get it out of that. And then I'll end with two ancestors. Y'all see this flag? Y'all see this? August 17th, which happens to be the anniversary of the birth of Mr. Garvey. I call him Mr. Garvey. If you can organize several million people in the 1920s, I'm going to call you sir all day and night. On that day in 1920, in Madison Square Garden, not playing basketball, Mr. Garvey and the UNIA gave us that flag to unite African people all over the world. It's Black August. That's Black August. And I don't know why ancestors told my mother to bring my crazy behind forth on August 14th. Everybody say, boy came on. Everybody say, boy came on. That is a space where a brave African woman by the name of Cecile, you got the book on the table, the Sheroes of the Haitian Revolution, pulled out a young man named Bookman, do the sacrifice, do the libation, and set the time to commence the hostilities, to get rid of the French, not just to end slavery, but to create the first independent Black republic in the Western world and give birth to Pan-Africanism in the process. Dessalines, who finished the job, said with that first constitution, any person of African descent, anywhere in the world, escaping slavery, if they could get to Haiti, they would be forever free. That, sisters and brothers, sons and daughters, grandsons and daughters, is the birth of Pan-Africanism in the throes of the thickest of struggle. And I end like I said I would with Dr. King. You know, if you ever heard of Emmett Till, if you haven't heard of Emmett Till, the old heads know who Emmett Till was. A 14-year-old child lynched in Mississippi, and his head and body was so ravaged. His mother, the late, great Mamie Till, on this day, August 28th, 1955, you got to remember your history and your ancestors. Open the casket. Let everybody see what they did to my child. And that image went around the world, but it also electrified the spines of a whole lot of our people. And that's what set off what became the so-called civil rights movement. And that day was chosen for the day that is today, the March on Washington. Today is the anniversary of the epic March on Washington. Huge for that generation that participated in it. And of course, the apex of the March on Washington among presenters was none other than the drum major for justice, Dr. Martin Luther King. We who like it hot call it Black August. And we do it standing on the shoulders of our bravest ancestors without apology. Love yourselves, defend yourselves, protect yourselves, dare to claim the future you deserve, and stand up to the bullies who dare to deny us our human rights and our dignity. We'll see you in the world.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big thank. So we're gonna continue with the president of Essex County College, Dr. Augustin Boache, for his remark. He's our special guest. Give him a round of applause. This is our pride in Newark. Thank you, President.
Good evening,
Good evening. I just first want us to give a big round of applause to all the young ones here today. Let's give them a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, as said, my name is Dr. Augustine Boachi, the president of Essex County College. I'm glad to join you this evening to have a reflection on our Freedom Fighters celebration. But what is most important today is to tie this in together with Back to School edition. Why? Because our future are in these young ones. That is why I said there's the need for us to give them a big round of applause. I want to thank our dear Mayor, Mayor Rasbaraka, and all the council members and the job that they do here in the city of Newark. And I also want to thank and show appreciation to our Deputy Mayor, Lygia DeFreitas, and all his staff. Let's give them a big round of applause on all the events that they've been doing with the commissioners and the work that you do here in the community. This special occasion, to me, is more on reflection on who we are, where we have come from, where we are now, and where we want to be in the future. But there is a saying that goes, the secret of happiness is freedom, and the secret of freedom is courage, by Corey Jones. When you talk about freedom, in most cases, what we focus on is normally about political freedom, right to vote and all the other things. But tonight, I just want to draw your attention to economic freedom. Why? Because if you're economically strong, you can do a number of things. If you are not economically strong, you find it very difficult to even be part of the activities and the games that are going on, or to do things that you want to do. So you will be suffering when it comes to your personal freedom without economic freedom. But peace that we're talking about is very expensive. That is why we always and forever will appreciate the great men and women who have gone ahead of us. Some of them went to the extent of giving up their lives because of us. We can talk about many names, but people like Mahatma Gandhi, very strategic person, and very, very knowledgeable person, led India to its freedom latter part of the 18th centuries and the 19th centuries. Dr. Martin Luther King, knowledgeable, but stood for peace. Make sure that we fight for peace. Rosa Parks, very courageous person, but stood for equality. There are many other people that we can mention today. Nelson Mandela, very patient person during the apartheid regime, but stood for resilience and human dignity. Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of Ghana, focused on unity to build a force that could bring victory in economics, freedom, and also make sure that one freedom is not enough unless that freedom is extended to all other people. Always, there are challenges when it comes to freedom. Anytime we try to get freedom, we talk about freedom, there are challenges and roadblocks from within and from outside. Different forms of challenges and different levels of challenges. Hence, in most cases, we will see conflicts among ourselves. But what I want to share briefly with all of us is that despite all the challenges and the conflicts and the misunderstanding that may come among ourselves, we will always need to fight for the true peace. So Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. defined true peace not as a mere absence of conflict, but as the presence of justice and the eradication of oppression. To him, he said, true peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. But Dr. King, though very, very knowledgeable, champion for peace in non-violent manner. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah believed in unity and economic freedom. And to him, when he helped Ghana to gain independence, said that Ghana's independence is meaningless unless it is linked up to the total liberation of the African continent. He also believed that for us to talk about independence, it is not enough because independence will be empty facade if economic freedom is not possible also. I just wanted us to again reflect that all the leaders that we can continue to mention had few things in common. They were all courageous, they were very knowledgeable, they understood that we need to act purposefully. And in acting purposefully, they were strategic in everything that they did, making sure that they pulled the right people and be admired by other people and those forces to get us cross to the other side. In most cases, their approach or their strategies, they had to go under the challenges, sometimes they have to go over the challenges, and sometimes they have to go through the challenges to gain the experience that they needed to move us forward. In this discussion, if we want to continue to build upon our forefathers and be courageous and do the right thing, then our approach is very important in everything that we do. If we talk also about our approach, then there is what we call the power of the mind, because the power of the mind will help us to understand our environment, will help us to assess our situation and be able to do the right thing. The power of the mind also comes as a result of us being educated. That is why I said that I'm so glad to be part of this conversation tonight, because as we talk about freedom, and we talk about peace, we talk about coming together, being strategic, being able to use the right approach in our lives, education is very, very important. Therefore, I will call on each one of us today who believe that we can change lives. We do so by promoting education. Let's start with the young ones and encourage them, support them in any way we can to make sure that they have education. Because once they have the education, no one can take away from them. And as a person, yes, I'm happy to say that, because in most cases we act and we forget that for us to truly help our young ones to come and replace it and become better than us, education is important. It's number one, because once they're able to read, understand, and do their own analysis, they will be able to make decisions that without us, they will be able to navigate all forms of challenges that they may face in the future. So let's support our young ones as they go to school, and when they even finish the K through to 12, I'm inviting everybody also to continue with SS County College, where they can get the associate degree at very affordable rates. Some of them will finish their college without even paying $1. And then they can move on to do another 2 years to get their bachelor's. Again, As I said, this event is very important. We need to hold on because the forefathers did that by staying united and acting purposefully, supporting one another. And we need to build a stronger future by encouraging the younger ones to have the right education. And through that, they will support us whilst we live. And when we are not here, they will be able to stand strong. Call on your name. Like when we are doing the libation, we call our forefathers' name. They will stand here, and because of the culture and the tradition and the beliefs and every good thing we have instilled in them, they will always remember what we have done. I want to thank you all again for coming tonight and celebrating this event, but I want to leave you again with the fact that we need to fight for peace. We need to fight for economic, political peace, and freedom. But we need to do this in a non-violent way, promote education, and always see one another as a brother and as a sister. And inshallah, we will get there. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, President Dr. Boache. Thank you so much for what you're doing for the community. You getting us educated, our young people and ourselves who sometimes return to your institution. We need to make sure our people use this institution. Like the mayor says sometimes, go there. If you don't have money, go there and stay in the class. But at the same time, we need to support the institution. Thank you so much. And anytime you need us, we're going to be here for you and for the institution. Thank you. Another round of applause for the president. Thank you. So now I think we're going to enjoy a little, before, we have our councilwoman, Louise Scott Roundtree. This lady is dear to us. Listen, when we're in trouble here, she came here to uplift us. All the time, it's not once. So she's so important for us. So I have, this is my pleasure to welcome our councilwoman, Louise Scott Roundtree. Yes. Thank you for being here. And she's beautiful.
Abubakar, come on, let's give it up for the African Commission, the Office of International Affairs, and Michelle. Listen, the truth of the matter is, freedom's not free. Y'all not saying nothing. I know that Christine Bishop Jones and Baba has come up here and went through a whole series of what Harriet Tubman, Patrice, and Masani had gone through to see it. Sometimes we have to see it before we can feel it, because people talking about it with all the books that you have and source of knowledge, they can read it all day long unless, Brother Sam, they actually put themselves into it. Deputy Mayor and Council, Sister, I was getting ready to, I'm in the City Hall, Sister Amina Bey, her mother was fighting with her beside. Some of us came up in the struggle while our mothers and fathers were on the front lines. We were standing on the sidelines watching them. And sometimes, in some cases, such as our mayor and Sister Frederica, they talk about drugs. I was on drugs, all right. I was drugged everywhere they went. Everywhere they went. And it's an honor. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for, never mind meeting the local leaders, but having young people here to be able to experience, because I can remember the movie Roots with Alex Haley. And when that book was written, and I sat some young people down to watch the movie, Dr. Boyke, they couldn't even make it through the first half hour. It's like with the Passion of Christ. They couldn't, to actually visually see people drugged and beat, and it's a sight. But our young people need to see this struggle, because some people think that Barack Obama was always able to be the president. And that's not true. They don't know how far we've come, but we haven't come far enough, Baba. And so as I stand here today, I'm honored, Deputy Mayor, that we have a mayor, Vivian Carter. We have a commission. We have people like Abubakar, Michelle, and you, and those that are sitting here to make sure that we don't forget not who we are, but from where we came. We cannot throw out the bathwater and the baby, or the baby with the bathwater. You might want to change the water, you know, keep the baby. But it's important that we connect the dots with history. You can't just throw out yesterday just because the young people feel like today's a new day. They need to know that before you got to today, there was no microwave. You know, before you got to today, there was no African American president or vice president. Young people need to understand there's some babies that think when 2020 hit, that were born, that we were born walking around with masks all the time, because they were born during COVID. So all they saw was masks. They had to come up out of that. And that is where we are even in history today. And what's really something that should uplift all of us, Sister Amina, is that we really should allow our children the freedom to understand and want to learn, and give it to them in a way that they understand, because they will never understand Harriet Tubman without seeing Christine. We can tell it, that's right, Christine. And so that means we need to put her in front of more. They will never understand that there are books about anything about us that you want to get, look up, find, and source of knowledge. Source of knowledge is, knowledge of self is first. Because if you have no knowledge of who you are, then there's no way you can become what you need to be. And that is so important. So, Vivian, as we sit here today, and I got to say this because the light is blinding me, I got a deacon in the house. Deacon Othello Brandy from my Liberian community. Give my deacon from Good Neighbor Baptist Church a hand. I was just on the prayer line on the side. I guess that's why you weren't there, because you was here. But come on, give it up for him one more time, because he is truly, truly. And while you're doing that, before I take my seat, commissioners and all those that are here, Doso reminded me that we were not always doing these things in City Hall. There was we did a Kwanzaa little thing. We've been doing that for 45 years. I got a picture with my godmother, Kitty Taylor. It was red, black, and green wooden thing they put out there, you know, like the manure. But you reminded me of the African programs with Marcy. God rest her soul, and how she fought so hard to make sure that not only did Mama Crump, Mama Africa, not only did Kitty Taylor, but when it was all said and done, even with Brother Juma, even when it was all said and done, that you kept it going. So you kept, y'all not saying nothing in here. You kept it going. You kept it, and got 2 PhDs while you was doing it. Because when I met you, it wasn't no D, okay? So God bless you. God bless you to all of you on behalf of, I know some of my colleagues were here earlier, and our mayor, but on behalf, once again, of someone who I am honored to represent in this building, knowing that Lygia de Freitas will have every flag in America and around the world raised, every culture recognized and celebrated, but most important, to understand who we are and that we all deserve to give God glory for bringing us this far by faith, especially our African Americans. God bless you.
Councilwoman Roundtree, a big round of applause. Thank you so much. We love you, Councilwoman, for your strength and everything you do. So now we have a young lady here, Lorraine. We're gonna perform. So please give her all the encouragement Very nice person. She came to support the program, and I want you to discover her. Thank you.
How y'all doing? Let's do that over. How y'all doing? Okay, all right, that's better. All right, I'm mellow, so I need y'all to not be as, if I give you energy. Is that cool? All right, cool, I love it. All right, so just really quick, because of the theme just reminded me of this. The song is so joyous. It's a very summery song that I nicknamed Summertime, right? So I just want to remind ourselves, as I remind myself sometimes, looking at all the foolishness that's happening in the world and the nonsense, find joy. Joy is a rebellion. Be happy, be joyous, all of it. So if that's all right, let's do it. Here we go. I swear you're hotter than July. You taste like frozen lemonade. Got me like fireworks tonight, and I'm just riding on your way. Yeah, summertime, summertime, burning hot. Summertime, summertime, it's hot. You're turning pages on my calendar. You're turning pages on my calendar. You got that super sucker love, got my own body your parade. You too much sun, just too much. Hope you don't mind a little shade. Yeah, summertime, summertime, burning hot. Summertime, summertime, it's hot. You're turning pages on my calendar. You're turning pages on my calendar. People, there's really nothing to it. Rest your body, yes, my friend, and do it. No, it ain't over. It's really over. Look back. Relax your mind. Listen to the rhythm. It's got you going. Listen, precision. Music is life, and we are living. Good thing, good thing, good thing. We're moving on, keep it strong. Don't you let them steer you wrong. It's a proof thing. We're gonna give you what you want, just as long as you're around. It's a proof thing. Yeah. We're moving on, keep it strong. Don't you let them steer you wrong. It's a proof thing. We're gonna give you what you want, just as long as you're around. It's a proof thing. Yeah. You're turning pages on my calendar. 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 That's it, y'all.
So say your name again. I don't want to say it wrong.
I think you got it right. Lorraine, Larayne.
Thank you. We're gonna keep on working with you. That's a talent right here. Thank you, thank you. Okay.
So at this point, we're going to quickly have about 5 young people share about some of our freedom fighters, okay? So please just say your name, if you want to say your age, and I'm going to read from the information on the paper. So give it up for our young people.
My name is Adedayo, and I'm 9 years old. Nat Turner was born on October 2, 1800 in Vir- South Panton, Virginia. While, while reading the Bible, Turner believed that he was called by God to deliver his people from slavery. Turner used preaching to convince people to join his revolt. No slave revolt, however, is more famous than that led by Nat Turner on August 21, 1831. Southampton County, Virginia. Did you know each year the People's Organization for Progress holds a commemoration of his important revolt and freedom fighter at Nat Turner Park in Newark. Nat Turner was a true freedom fighter.
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Osuna. I'm 13 years old. So I'm going to talk about Ida B. Wells. Ida B. Wells was born into slavery on July 16, 1862 in Mississippi. Wells was a teacher, journalist, and activist. She traveled through the United States and Europe informing people about the injustice against blacks. She wrote anti-lynching articles because she faced discrimination as a woman. She also spoke out against sexism. Some organisms she was part of were the Nation Association of Colored Women and the NAACP. Ida B. Wells was a courageous freedom fighter and a warrior princess. I'll help you.
Practice Lambuma was.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Sophia. I'm 8 years old. Practice Lambuma was born on July 2nd, 1925 in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Lambuma was the first prime minister when the Democratic Republic of the Congo gained its independence from the Belgium on June 30, 1960. Unfortunately, he was only prime minister for a few months, but his famous Independence Day speech and spirit on live at the end of his speech, he said, "Glory to the fighters of national liberation. Long live independence of African unity. Practice Lambuma was the true future fighter."
My name is Khadijah and I'm 19 years old. So I'll be speaking on Angela Davis. Who is Angela Davis? Angela Davis was born January 26, 1944 in Birmingham, Alabama. She is an activist, author, and was a professor at the University of California. She was associated with the Black Panther Party for self-defense. Davis is a founder of Critical Resistance, an organization dedicated to getting rid of the prison industrial system that incarcerated too many Black and brown people. Not only does she speak out against prisons, but she fights against racism, sexism, and war. Here's a quote from Ms. Davis herself. I don't think we can rely on governments, regardless of who is in power, to do the work that only mass movements can do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Give it up for our young people. Yep, gotta let them speak, gotta give them the opportunity. Yes. Oh, yes, yes. So Brother Tambu wants to say something on their behalf.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Is everyone okay? I was, I was trying to tell Michelle and the young man that the children are a little bit hungry, a little agitated, so let's do the thing a little shorter. Now, these 3 children is my adopted children. The father, where's the dad? Where's your dad? The dad is back there, but he's a tailor, lives in Newark, New Jersey. I met him at the fabric store one day, and I just fell in love with the brother. Not knowing he have 5 children, and not knowing that I have to go and try to see if I can help them with whatever is necessary for them to help take care of the children. So like I say, my wife and I adopted, it's 5 of them. The other 2 could not come. The car couldn't hold no one else. So, like I said, thanks to each and every one of you to let the children express themselves. And they weren't aware of they had to read. I didn't tell them they had to read nothing. As soon as we got here, they let them know they had to read. So I appreciate everyone have the patience and listening to the children, and I love them. I love them. Because my biological kids is 2 boys and they're grown. I can't talk to them. So I got to have someone who I can talk to. And these are the ones who I'm going to try to mold and make sure they do everything that is necessary. I told the dad, I'm going to bring them down here today to get some book bags. We're going to try to get some shoes and everything and make sure that they're all right to go to school and get coats. And I heard the lady speaking about getting coats and shoes and everything. I would like to talk to you and make arrangement to see what can be appreciative for the children. Okay? Thanks, everyone. Everyone have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Sister May. Oh, they're from Nigeria. They were born in Brazil. The young boy and the girl. Huh? Yeah, they speak Portuguese. They do.
Oi, tá tudo bem com vocês?
Oi, tá tudo bem com vocês? Adeidaia. Seu nome é muito bonito.
Black power, brother. Black power. Black power. Black power. Go on.
I just came here to say thank you for listening to all of us and have a great day, great night, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. We never know when we see each other again.
Yes.
Oh, I second that.
Listen, this is our future, so give them a round of applause. Yes. So I'm pretty sure everybody is hungry right now. It's time to eat. Get in the back in an orderly manner and eat as you want. And the elders and the ladies should go first. And I need to recognize the executive assistant of the deputy mayor. Where is she? Come here, come forward, please. Yes. Yeah, your commissioner, you can come. All the commissioners. Amanda. Amanda, come here. Amanda Rivera, the great executive assistant of Deputy Mayor. Give her a round of applause, please. Yes. Okay. We want the singer come too. Yes.
Yes, Zaid. Yes, Zaid, you should be in the picture.
Yeah. Brother Mohammed, Zaid, you need to be. Baku, can you take the phone from him? Take the phone from him, yeah.
You can join too.
Yeah, give it to, okay. All right. No, you stay here. No. Yes, come on. I call you Miss Harriet. Yamakuji. Yamakuji. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy the food, and at the end, we're gonna distribute the book bags and everything. So don't go without your book bag. If you have 2 children, make sure you take 2 book bags. Thank you for being here. We're gonna acknowledge Swahili Village. Give a round of applause to Swahili Village. They're the one who providing food, source of knowledge, the Eastward Community Center, all our sponsors. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming tonight. And also we say thank you to Abiba. Abiba Dressing, Breading, who donated money to support us. Thank you so much for this beautiful program. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for everybody who are here tonight. Good night. Enjoy the food.